much grew up dressing up, first of all. I grew up dressing up mostly for Halloween. My mom could sew, and she still does sew. And she would always make us, well, for me personally, she would make whatever the current Disney princess was that year. My mom had this big antique trunk for us, me and my siblings, to put a bunch of costumes in, and like we had a dress-up box, and we would take stuff out and dress up in it all the time. So I had that like instilled within me to like do these things. But going to a convention for the first time, I was like, this is like magical, and I need to get in on this. And then slowly, I mean, I didn't know how to sew that well, but I wanted it so bad that I taught myself how to sew. I went through all the pain of everything that comes with sewing, and now I'm able to make my own patterns for things that are very specific, and I love it, and I can't stop. Sailor Moon was my first, and really still my true love in anime. I like that every girl had her own color, had her own element, had her own powers, had individual personality, but they worked as a team, and they were friends, and friendship is magic. I just really love it. I just love her so much. And actually, tracing Sailor Moon manga was how I learned how to draw and how I ended up becoming an artist. Star Wars costuming is a second love of mine. I love Star Wars. I also really love Star Trek, but it's the costuming. Sorry. The costuming of Star Wars is phenomenal, especially in the prequels. It's one of the things I really like about the prequels. There's a lot that they're lacking, but the costumes are not. I painstakingly made Sabe last year for Phoenix Comic Con. I ended up winning an award for her this last fall. I'm very proud of it. I am a huge fan of Zelda games. I've only made one Princess Zelda, and it was the Skyward Sword Zelda, because she's not really a princess yet in that game, and I think that's what I like about it. She's just kind of more... I mean, she's the daughter of someone important in that game, but she's not like royalty yet, and I like that she's more rustic and, I don't know, smiley and cheerful, and not very just like, I am the queen, or I'm a princess and I must be serious and wise. Definitely with the Nausicaa I made last month. I think it's probably the best thing I've ever made, even more so than my Sabe. Just because I used custom fabric dyeing to get the perfect aqua color of Nausicaa. I used wools, and I lined everything. I made boot covers, and I did eyelets and grommets, and did a lot of, like, styled my wig all crazy, like did a lot of cutting, and I'm not a hairstylist. It was kind of hard for me. All of the resin I casted myself. I just wanted to make everything from scratch. I even made the tights myself, so I do think it's probably my best, maybe my favorite because of that. But a lot of my stuff I've dyed my own fabric, and I kind of feel like that's been kind of my shtick, is being able to dye my own fabric for whatever specific color I need, and maybe that ties into me being a painter, even though I should paint more. I can do color really well.
Alright, so we are now to Best Overall Masters. So this is, it's always a hard decision, because in Masters category there's such an insane level of performance and craftsmanship. And you really come down to the nitty-gritties of what really makes a good craftsmanship and a good performance. This person, we felt, not only really just embodied their character, but their craftsmanship was flawless. It was stunning, and I mean, we just sat there breathless as they explained this costume. So this goes to Nausicaa of the Valley of
Yeah!
What I see cosplayer as is just like celebrating a character or a story or a fandom and wanting to, like, for me personally, my way of doing that is I want, I want to make those earrings be exactly like the close-up in the anime, or I can't hardly stand to think about now making a tunic without it being lined. It just doesn't feel complete. I don't know, it's definitely my personality, but it's also that I want it to seem real. So, like, with the holo I made this last fall, and you think about Holo, where's she from? She lived in a field in the mountains. She's a fox spirit. What would her outfit be made of? I don't want to go buy some silky shiny fabric. I want to build it out of cottons and wools and things that feel really natural and outdoorsy, something that she would wear. So just that little extra attention to detail makes it feel that much more real when you see it in person. Like, this is probably what she would actually wear, and I take pride in that. It makes me excited. I like wearing it. I like, if I do compete with it, it makes me feel like I can get into character more, so that's the large part of it too. I saw on DeviantArt this girl who dressed up as Sailor Moon, and that was like her thing, and she was like so amazing and pretty much embodied Usagi as like, you are Usagi, oh my gosh, this is crazy, and I would like stalk her. But it meant a lot to me to have someone as talented as Wind of the Stars to judge my costume and think it's awesome. The best moment was when we were just taking pictures together. She was dressed as Sailor Moon, I was in my Star Wars sabe, and we were just making fug faces on selfies and having fun and just enjoying cosplay as like equals. It's not about like who's better than the other. It's just a big community, and that's magical to me when you meet someone for the first time that you've known through the internet for a while and you just connect because you love something. I tend to see a lot of cosplayers make a big deal about, well, you should only make your own cosplay to be a good cosplayer, but it's not true. Don't let anyone tell you how you should cosplay. If you just go in your closet and grab some things and it's the same color as your character and it's casual, do it. If you want to learn how to sew and just go crazy and be meticulous, do it. You love the character, you want to dress up like them, you just want to have fun, I say do it. That's my advice, is don't let anything stop you from just doing it. That's very Shia LaBeouf, I guess. I didn't mean to. Honestly, I can see myself doing this like forever, as long as the community exists and it's still a, friendly, fun, safe, good place to be. The only thing that I really want out of it is just for it to, I just hope that it keeps bringing me happiness and friends and a way to express my artistry. After college, it was really, really sad and hard when I couldn't get a job in my degree, which was painting. Yeah, that's kind of random, but I tried doing commissions for a while. I tried applying for different jobs at museums and galleries, and it's just really tough. So I was just kind of depressed about it for years, that I want to make stuff, but it's not doing anything for me. And so when I started sewing, heavily sewing, it just kind of like sparked this feeling of just content and joy, and I felt like this is where I'm supposed to be and what was meant to happen, and that's all I really expect from it. I don't feel like I need to, be well known or do this for a living. I just want to continue enjoying the characters that I love and making really awesome things and enjoying it with other people that like to do the same thing I like to do, and just continue making friendships. And I'm sure those friendships will last like my whole life, so it's pretty much all I care about.